morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 980. We're getting so close. I'm getting choked up. Getting so close to episode 1000. Still looking like it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday, October 10th or 11th, I think, for episode 1000. We'll do a morning show live at 7 a.m. Central. We'll do an evening show at 7 p.m. And we'll open it up. If you want to call in on the 1000th episode, the link will be in the chat. So still not sure. It's going to be either Tuesday or Wednesday. Just depends on, there was something between now and then that I wasn't sure if I was going to be out of town. Can't remember. I'd have to look at the calendar. But that's coming up. 20 episodes away from the big 1K. eBay store sale still going on. Check it out, 99centcards.com. Link also in the description. Use coupon code SEPT50 sale. You'll get 50% off 5 or more cards. That sale runs through today and ends, I think, around the start of this show tomorrow morning. So I think by the time we're live tomorrow, the coupon code will expire. So check it out. I've been adding cards to my eBay store and signed baseballs as well. So go check those items out. Don't miss a deal. A lot of the stuff I'm not really pricing. I'm not overpricing to, get it to comps at 50%. So you can get some steals if you go to my eBay store. Check it out. 50% off code SEPT50 sale. So yesterday we had thank you to Uncle Rich who shot me a message yesterday. He goes, "You don't break the fast on Rosh Hashanah." Like, well, that's funny. My wife keeps, I'm going to believe Uncle Rich. I'm not Jewish. So I'm like, well, that's funny. My wife keeps saying that we're going to break the fast today or Saturday at the neighbor's house. So I went upstairs after the show yesterday and I told my wife, like I knew, right? I'm like, today's not break the fast. You say it with confidence. And she goes, yes, it is. And then I said, you don't break the fast on Rosh Hashanah. And she goes, oh my God, you're right. I'm a terrible Jew. I'm like, well, I had an assist here. I just go where I'm told, right? We're going to break the fast. Okay, I'm going to break the fast. So we had lunch. So I guess it's just lunch. It's just after temple lunch, which we didn't go to temple. Maybe that's why my wife didn't know, because she didn't go to temple. So we went over for lunch. I didn't, it was a late lunch, so I snuck in a piece of Jets pizza. I ate some cold pizza. I'm like, when's lunch? And I just had like some coffee cake that my mother-in-law had made for breakfast yesterday. So I was hungry. It's like 1 o'clock, 1:30. Yeah, because I think I went over there too. So it was like 1 o'clock. And my wife was helping because they use our fridge for stuff. And so her and one of the other ladies came and picked some food up out of our fridge. And I'm like, you know what? I'm freaking hungry. I've got to wait an hour. I'm going to eat a piece of pizza. So I did. So I wasn't too hungry. They flew in some from Katz. Is it Katz's Deli in New York? They flew in some deli meats. It was very good. I've never been to New York, so I've never had the meat. So that was good. And then, of course, I had leftovers last night. And I'll probably have leftovers again today. So yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I did list some stuff. I listed, I ate lunch. What else did I do? I watched a little football. I got some stuff ready for, let's throw this banner up. I got some stuff ready for the Midwest premiere, which is quickly approaching. And I am like, I've got so much I want to take. And it's like, shit. I'm getting behind, so I really need to ship. No list for the next couple days. Although I do. So this was what I was doing yesterday. I was preparing in between watching football, shipping and listing. I wanted to get prepared for the Midwest Premiere, which is Saturday, Sunday, next weekend, Loves Park, Illinois, next to Rockford at the Indoor Sports Center. It's an awesome venue. I'll be there with bargain boxes. I'll be there with bargain boxes. I'm going to bring some top loaders and card savers. I'm going to have blowout bargain boxes. It's like cherry picked quarter boxes that I'll be selling the entire 4-row box for just $50. Like that's a price I buy for, but I'm selling it for it. So see me in Rockford next weekend. I'll have a few of those. What else am I bringing? So in the bulk buy that I got from my buddy Steve a couple weeks ago, there were a bunch of like binders, and they're like good binder, like football card album. And there's like a demand for those. So I take those to, I took like 6 to a show. It's been a year ago probably. And I sold 4 of them at the show. And I'm like, I'm going to slap $5 each on these and I'll be happy if I sell 1. And then I sold 4 of the 6. I'm like, damn, there is a market even. And that was at a small show, a small monthly. So maybe at a bigger show, more customers walking through and I can get rid of some. So I've got a few already that I've taken the pages out. So I got to do some more of that today. And I was also preparing because I ran this big 50% sale this week, which by the way is still going on in my store. SEPT50 sales, the coupon code. Since that's been going on, obviously my sales are like through the roof. But what happens when that sale ends? All of a sudden, like, because all my regular customers, they've already got their good stuff. They're going to wait for me to reload my store, right? So now I've got to find stuff to put in my store to either attract my regulars, attract others that didn't take advantage of the 50% sale. So I've been digging through. As I'm digging through, I'm making new, because I want fresh quarter boxes also for next week's show. I want fresh inventory for my eBay store. So I'm just going through boxes. In fact, I listed some stuff on eBay last night. I was going through one box and it was from that big Bowman buy from Janesville that are in boxes all over the place. And I knew I had a box of like unsifted, and I think I found everything now, because there was a box with a bunch of autographs. So I'm going to wait till after my sale to list those, because most of the autographs are going to be $5. So that's going to be part of what I list next week after the sale ends. But then last night I was going through, I was actually going to pull some Cubs boxes out to sort, because I was watching, what the hell was I watching? Oh, the Cubs game. We're going to get to that. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to sort. I've shipped, I've listed, I'm got card show stuff ready. I'm just going to take some time, some me time. And what do I do when I step away from cards? I go get another box of cards, but these are Cubs cards. So I was going to sort some Cubs cards. So I pulled a random box out and I'm like, I bet there's going to be some decent stuff that I can, filter away. And guess what? It was more Bowman cards from that bulk buy. I'm like, I'm just going to look through, see what's in here. And there was a ton of Cincinnati Reds cards. So I pulled all the Ellie De La Cruz. So I have Ellie De La Cruz, and I put them at prices that I would price them at without a 50% off sale. So you can go into my store. I know I've sold a bunch already. Go into my store, find those Ellie De La Cruz, buy 5 of them, and you'll get half off. And I sell those at regular price. The regular price that's listed in my eBay store. So I found a bunch of Ellie De La Cruz. Who else was there? Jason Dominguez, I think. Matt McLean, which I don't think I've listed the Matt McLeans. So those were some of the players that I was pulling out. I don't think there were any Corbin Carrolls, but those are some of the players that I was pulling out. And then this week I'll get some of those put into dollar boxes, put into quarter boxes. Some will go on eBay. James says Ellie's prices took a dump. Surprisingly not in my eBay store. So these, I had sold all of these like before he got called up. I had 180 of these and I sold them for $1.50 a piece. After he gets, I found about 15 more after he started slumping. Like I missed the prime opportunity to sell Ellie De La Cruz because these were selling for more than $250. Because then when he started slumping, I listed about 15 of these for $250. All 15 sold within like 2 days. I listed another 15 of these. I found 15 more last night. And I think I've sold a couple already just in, 12 hours or less. So I sold the refractor. One of the refractors sold for $12.50. The chromes are selling for like $7. One of the inserts sold for $7. So Ellie's prices haven't really taken a dump. I was shocked when I listed these. I'm like, I think I missed the window on $250 for a non-first paper, but I didn't. So Ellie De La Cruz, still a hot seller. Still a hot seller. Jason Dominguez, now his prices have kind of taken a dump. Jason Dominguez has not. I'm still moving Dominguez, but not like I was. Difference there is Dominguez is hurt. De La Cruz is still playing, even though he's slumping. Uncle Rich says, so happy that Bo did not have to fast yesterday and in the process of getting knowledgeable was able to become a better Jewish person than his wife. Yes, thank you, Uncle Rich, for the assist. Dorky Anglers in the house. What's up? Good morning. Brian Wolf is here. Uncle Rich says, hit the like button. Our percent is pretty good. We have low viewership on weekends. So with lower viewership comes like more likes and a higher percentage. So I'd rather have more viewership and less likes. But if you're here, hit the like button. That Colorado State game was insane. I woke up and I was curious because so was the Cubs game. Not in a good way. So I woke up because I was getting frustrated with the Cubs game. Obviously, that's the title today. But also the Colorado State game. I was interested to see how that played out. You want to know who's hot? Deion Sanders, man. Throw his cards on eBay. Woo! Flying like hotcakes. Yeah, with double overtime, Colorado came out. They won, but Travis Hunter what do you guys think? Was that a dirty hit on Travis Hunter? I just saw the video this morning. It definitely didn't look clean. So I guess if it didn't look clean, it was dirty. It looked dirty to me. So Travis Hunter I know he was sent to the hospital. I don't know if he's still in the hospital, but that was an ugly injury. Hopefully he can recover soon. But yeah, crazy game. Double overtime. I think 43-40 was the final. Colorado won. But man, that was insane. Exactly as Dorky Anglers said. Rich says, I checked ESPN, thought for sure Colorado would lose. See, I thought it was going to be a statement. I didn't really know. I didn't really know which way it could go. I thought it could go like Colorado's coming out and they're like, you talk shit on us, we're going to blow your asses away because it's Colorado State. But then there was also a side of me that thought, well, Colorado upped the ante and now Colorado State's going to be like, oh yeah, we're not going to talk back. We're just going to leave it on the field. They did. So I had no idea how yesterday's game was going to go. That's why I was so interested in looking at the score this morning because I had is Colorado going to win? Is it going to be a blowout or is Colorado State going to upset them? Or is Colorado going to squeak a win in overtime, double overtime? Talking Tatis, what's up? Good morning. Was shocked this morning with the final score. Yeah, double overtime, 43-40. Brandon says, how about them Red Legs? I assume you're talking about Cincinnati. You know what I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk today about the Cubs and how I'm not surprised with what they're doing. And what they're doing is losing on a consistent basis now. How about those Yankees now out of the cellar and trying for third place? See, I haven't paid any attention to the American League standings. Now, I can tell you down to the game behind the National League teams are, but I haven't been paying any attention to the American League. But that's good. I think the Yankees, and this is probably not a popular opinion. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I think the Yankees being good is good for the game of baseball. And, I think that's the same with the Celtics and Lakers in basketball, the Cowboys, and now in the last 20 years, the Patriots in football. It's good for the game. Now, I don't want them to win, but I do want them to be like in the play. I don't want them to win World Series after World Series, but I think it is good for the game if they're in the playoffs, which I don't think the Yankees have a chance at the playoffs. Good morning, Victor. That Cub game was over. By the way, great show at Bridgeview. Very good. Yeah, Victor was at the Bridgeview show yesterday. Very good. I know the Green Bay card show was yesterday as well. Great band name, The Terrible Jews. Donald, good morning. What's happening? Number one hit, I Believe in Jesus. Hit the like button. Thank you, Donald. Dan's in the house. What's up? Hope you're having a nice weekend. Going to try and sell my graded Ripken F-face lot. Very nice. Very nice. Billy Joe, good morning. Dan says, Victor, what show on Bridgeview? I know they host a toy show. There's now a card show in Bridgeview. I think it's a monthly as well. Tip of the mitt. What's happening? Good morning, new subscriber. Welcome. Love it. Love new subscribers. Watched a half of your videos recently and I was hooked. Great content. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Zach and Porter are here. I wonder what Zach and Porter, what did you have for dinner last night, Zach? Dave's in the house. What's up, Arn Dog? Good morning from Macomb. Leathernecks missed out on their only chance to win a football game last night. Oh, yeah, my Leathernecks. They were playing. Who is Lindenwood? Are they even FCS? See, by the way, a lot of people get confused. Western Illinois plays in FCS. It is Division I, but it's not the bowl subdivision. Football is wacky. So it used to be 1AA, and then people would get confused because in basketball, it's still Division I in basketball. In football, it was 1AA, but it was still Division I in bas. So 1AA football teams, basketball teams still could qualify for the NCAA tournament. Then they renamed it several years ago, Football Bowl Subdivision. So the teams you're watching on TV most likely are Football Bowl subdivisions. And then the teams you've never heard of, like Western Illinois, are Football Championship subdivision because FCS has a playoffs. So Western Illinois and FCS, and they played Lindenwood yesterday. They were leading like 31-14. At one point when I saw a score pop up and I'm like, oh, cool, they're going to win a game. And then I'm like, oh, they're playing like a cupcake because I don't know. But there's a lot's changed since I was at Western. Is Lindenwood even in their same division? Are they in the FCS? I was under the assumption Lindenwood was Division II. And if that's the case, oof. Dorky Angler says, very dirty. That was gross. Okay. James says, Evan Carter, Tink Hentz. Yes, I've got some of those. First Bowmans. I have boxes and boxes of First Bowmans because I bought so much in like 2020, 2021, 2022. And I just stuffed them away and save them for a rainy day. T206 kid, I was watching the Reds Mets last night, and I was shocked how poor Ellie's batting average got. Yeah. Matt McClain on them is very underrated in the hobby. He is. He does sell pretty well. But not Ellie De La Cruz well. Even now that Ellie De La Cruz has come up to the major leagues and performed poorly, Matt McClain is in the major leagues and performed much better. That's the hobby, though. That's the hobby. Zach and Porter says, I don't like when people I PC become hot. Waiting for Hester to make the Hall of Fame, and I'll have to wait for things to calm. Doubtful he will have a big jump. Devin Hester, I don't think so. And I sold I sold a Devin Hester rookie, and I thought like I had pulled some whatever year Devin Hester was a rookie. Was it 2003? And I'm like, oh, I bet this is a $5 to $10 card. No, I was disappointed. I think I ended up selling a Devin Hester rookie card for like $3. And I thought he would be like a $5 to $10 rookie card with how much hype there is around him, because he's on the Hall of Fame. Like he's close for the last 2 years. And there's a lot of talk like he should be in, like not even biased Bears fans, but like other football heads. They're like Devin Hester should be a Hall of Famer. So there's a lot of like hype, as exactly like Zach said. Oh, I don't think he used the word hype, but hot. He is hot in the Hall of Fame talks. Dorky Angler says, I'm wondering if they were trying to do that. That was a good 2 seconds after the play. He got hit and he went around someone to hit him. Absolutely. And the ball was now, and I know like our vision on TV is much different than somebody wearing a helmet, but still, it looked dirty. It looked dirty to me. Talking Tatis says the Hunter hit was very dirty and the player should have been ejected. That should have been that would have prevented the following brawls and stupid penalties. The refs missed an opportunity. I agree, to take control of the game. Absolutely. I haven't seen any of the rest of the clips, but I did see. I'll turn on Sports Center and I bet that'll be the topic of the day. As far as reviewing college football. Dorky English says I could see how it could have been targeting, but I was surprised that wasn't discussed. Zach says Jake Berger keeps balling. Love that guy. He's with the Marlins now. I know he was hitting bombs as soon as he was traded. I think he was hitting bombs before he was traded. Let's see. Good morning, card hobbyist. Dorky Angler says he was lucky he didn't get speared by a Colorado player after that. Good discipline. They did not. Zach and Porter had pepperoni pizza from a gas station that got its start in Boone, Iowa. Hey, I know that gas station. They have good pizza. Casey's General Store. It's been a while since I've had a Casey's pizza. I don't know if I've ever had a pepperoni pizza from Casey's. I'm sure I have, like back when that was like the only pizza we consumed, because I grew up in a small town with a Casey's in every small town. Sausage is always the go-to as far if it's like single slice. My go-to on like whole pizzas is the taco, obviously. They used to have, and they've at some point in the last 20 years, they discontinued. They had a barbecue pizza, which was freaking amazing. And now they have it's like chicken barbecue. It's chicken and barbecue and onions. And it's not the barbecue pizza. The barbecue pizza was just like slathered in barbecue beef and barbecue sauce. And it was freaking good. Better than the taco pizza. And that's saying a lot. I wish they would bring the barbecue pizza back because it was amazing. The chicken barbecue, not even in the same zip code. Lindenwood moved up from Division II. I believe they are in the OVC down by St. Louis. Aha. I thought it was in Missouri. I thought Lindenwood was in Missouri. Bummer. Brandon says, did you see the Missouri 61-yard field goal to KSU? I did not. I did see that Kansas State, because I went through the top 25 scores. I saw Kansas State lost. Didn't realize it was on a 61-yard field goal. That's pretty insane. Dan says, I don't take a keen interest in EIU happenings. See, Dan went to Eastern Illinois. I went to Western Illinois, West Side, like you do with WIU. I know it's about one's experience at their school, just thinking and can't finish my thought. Well, I know exactly why. Because I worked in the athletics department. So that's why I take a keen interest. I actually worked, I was with the team. I traveled with the team on the buses and on the charter flights. I did play-by-play for every game. I worked in the athletics office. I knew the coaches. I was friends with coaches. We'd go out, have a few beers. So that's why I take a keen interest in WIU. I lived in Macomb. So I went to Macomb in 2003. And I started in radio in Macomb. I worked at a radio station closer to home. And then I got a job in Macomb because I was going to go to school at Western. And I started in April of 03, and I would commute back and forth. It was about an hour and a half, hour, 45-minute drive. I would commute a couple days a week, and I'd stay like the night. I had some friends that I'd crash on their couch and worked in radio. And then I decided I don't want to go to school, which was, one of the best decisions I could ever make, not going to college at that point in my life. And I worked in radio. And then after how many years in radio? 2003 to 2011. So what's that? 8 years working in radio. I decided I need to go to school. So I decided to go back to school, and I went to, instead of going to broadcasting school, which would not have done much for me in future, went to business school, which was the greatest decision I could make until I got married. So I worked in the athletics department, traveled with the team, friends with coaches. So that's why my interest in my alma mater is much different than what yours may have been. Let's see. Zach and Porter says, yep, Marlins. Jake Berger, Marlins. Card Hobbyist says, went to a card show yesterday, got a complete 1980 top set with a decent Ricky rookie. Very nice. Very nice. Zach and Porter, he's talking Casey's gas station pizza. It was a great pie. I can drink to that. Cheers. I told you. Zach and Porter jumped on the Casey's gas station pizza bandwagon. We've got room for more. Who's going to join us? See, Zach says it was a great pie. Let's get it rolling. Is there a Casey's pizza between Rockford and Madison? Should have picked some up if possible when I went to Madison. Oh yeah, there definitely is. It's not an easy stop. Because it's interstate all the way through, but let's see. I don't think there's a Casey's like right next to the interstate. You'd have to get off in Janesville. I know Janesville has a Casey's. You'd have to get off and like go into Janesville, which I mean, Janesville's smack dab right on the interstate anyway. It's not like you have to drive a couple miles. So probably Janesville would be, if you're driving between Rockford and Madison, probably Janesville would be the easiest. Otherwise, look for a small town. Once you get out to the fringe suburbs of Chicago, like far west and far northwest, you'll find there's got to be a Casey's map. I mean, they're in every small town in Illinois. Casey's general store locations. But once you get into the city, cities like even Madison, like we don't have any in Madison. Let's see. Casey's, there's got to be a location. There certainly is. The hell? Oh, damn it. I don't know. So let's just type in Naperville. Come on. There should be like, what are you doing? I don't want Nashville. I want Naperville. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. Naperville. What the hell? Naperville has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 Casey's in Naperville. See, I didn't expect that. I thought we'd have to go out to like Plano. I bet there's a Casey's in Plano. There's one in Warrenville. There's one in Aurora. There's a Casey's in Lisle. There's one in Bolingbrook. There's one in Downers Grove, Winfield. I don't know what Winfield is. Wheaton, Glen Ellen, Lombard. So Dan, where are you from? Let's look. Where do you stay, Dan, in Chicago when you're in Chicago? Because I bet there's a Casey's. If there are that many Casey's out by Naperville and Aurora, it's got to be more. No way the barbecue is better than the taco. Not the current barbecue. The old barbecue. They don't have the barbecue pizza anymore. The barbecue pizza is way better than the taco pizza, but they don't carry barbecue pizza anymore. Now it's like chicken barbecue. The old barbecue pizza, which you cannot buy today. It's been, I don't think they've carried it in, I don't know how long. I know they carried it 20 years ago. And then I did not get a Casey's pizza until like 3 or 4 years ago. So there was a long time between my Casey's pizza trips. So sometime between 2003 and 2016, 17, 18, they discontinued the barbecue pizza. But it's way better than the taco pizza. Good morning, Red Light 34. He says hit the like button. Thank you, sir. Dave went to EIU for 2 weeks. That was 2 weeks too many. TD Sports Cards, what's up? Good morning. Jason Edwards Sports Cards in the house. Have you had issues with your images being distorted, like the card being stretched when in top loaders? It does fine with semi-rigid loaders in the 8040 scanner. Yes. That's why I think everybody recommends do not scan in penny sleeves. Oh, in top loaders. I'm sorry, in top loaders. I've never scanned in top loaders, so no, I've never had that issue, but I've never tried it, so I'm the wrong person to ask. I scan all my stuff raw. I raw dog it, so I have not had any issues with that because I just don't scan that way. Zach and Porter says their website is solid, seamless ordering experience. Pie was ready when we got there. Casey's General Store, it is. The website is very easy to navigate unless you're looking for locations. Then it's a little wonky, but yeah, ordering it on their website, simply excellent. Sausage breakfast is the best. I agree. Then the taco, but I'm not a fan of their barbecue sauce, so I don't like any of their barbecue pizzas. They don't have the old. I'm talking the old barbecue pizza. The current barbecue pizza sucks. The old barbecue pizza was the GOAT, which they don't have anymore. But sausage breakfast, I might have to agree with you on that. Sausage breakfast and then taco. I'm not a big fan of the sausage pizza, of the just regular sausage pizza. It's either sausage breakfast or taco pizza. The bacon breakfast pizza, it sucks. I don't like it. But yeah, sausage breakfast is up there. Taco pizza is up there. The old barbecue pizza was the GOAT. Dan says Winfield is just north of Naperville. Aha. Oak Park. So let's see. Let's look to see if there's any Casey's near Oak Park. Looks like your closest. There's none in Oak Park, but you've got Lincolnwood. Where's Oak Park at? Oh, there it is. Okay, so Oak Park's a little close to the city. So yeah, you're gonna have to go west, my friend. So Oak Park's getting a little too close to the city. So you've got Lincolnwood, Elmhurst, Villa Park, Morton Grove, Bensonville, Lombard, Wooddale, Des Plaines. There's a couple in Des Plaines, which, hey, Des Plaines isn't too far from the National. So go into Des Plaines just down River Road when you're in town for the National in Rosemont. Glen Ellen, Lombard, Addison. I think somebody actually did, when they were at the National, I think they did find a Casey's, not this National, but 2 years ago in 2021. Rich says there is no Casey's I know of in Plano, Texas, and I can say that because I live in Plano. But I bet there's a Plano, Illinois Casey's. Let's see. Plano. Are there any? Plano, Illinois. Are there any? There is 411 West South Street, Plano, Illinois. Let's see. Are there any locations in Texas? Let's just type in Plano, Texas. Plano, Texas. So Uncle Rich, you will have to drive 85 miles to get to your nearest Casey's General Store. Ardmore, Oklahoma is the closest Casey's to you in Plano, Texas. I don't know if it's quite worth that drive. 10 miles, 20 miles, 30 miles, sure. 85, stretching it. We do have racetrack pizza if you want gas station pizza. We've got some, I've probably had, I know I've had slices of Quick Trip. Now that's Quick Trip with a K, not a Q. here in Wisconsin. It's okay. It's certainly no Casey's Pizza. I grew up we just looked up that. My little small town has 2 Casey's and they're a mile apart, one at each end of Main Street. That's kind of how Macomb is. They put a new Casey's up on the east side. When I was in Macomb, there was only a west side Casey's. And it was and I think that's probably why I rarely ordered Casey's Pizza, was because it was on the other side of town. I had to go all the way out on the west side, far west side of Macomb. By the way, Macomb from east to west. Help me out, Arnie. How many miles is that? Maybe 3 miles? It might be 4 from east to west side. Quick Trip is still a better gas station. Don't at me. Quick Trip is a good gas station. Casey's is too. That's a tough one for me because Quick Trip has more variety. Quick Trip is almost like a gas. It is a gas station. Quick Trip is almost like a grocery store. Quick Trip is like a grocery store with gas pumps. Casey's, even though they call it a general store, it's not really a general store. Like you can go in to Quick Trip and get like a pound of ground beef to grill burgers. I don't think you can do that at Casey's. At least not any of the Casey's I've been to. Now they have like shoelaces and toothpaste, stuff like that. But I feel like Quick Trip's more of a grocery store than a gas station. Although I do get my salt, the hell you call it? Water softener salt. Because it's easy. It's not as easy. Because I think Costco's closer now. But Costco's such a rat race. And even though I'm paying a couple bucks more for salt at Quick Trip, I just pull up to the pump. I go inside. I'm like, hey, I need 3 bags of salt. Okay, blue bag or yellow bag? Blue bag. I'll load up 3 bags of blue bags. Come down, take them to the house. Costco, I've got a freaking dodge pedestrians because our Costco's a pain in the ass. The parking lot sucks. You have to drive through the front to get to a parking spot where all the people are. And they're like, where's my car? Huh? Like, get out of my way. Can't find my car. And then you have to find a parking spot after you've played dodgeball with pedestrians. And then you've got to walk in, you've got to flash your card. And of course, the salt is all the way in the back corner. So you grab a cart. Then you look at the TVs. Like, oh, that's a nice TV. And then you walk. Oh, I wonder if they have envelopes. And I look. No, but I could use this and this. See, that's how they get you. Put this shit in the way back corner. Like, oh, I could use a case of Spotted Cow. Load that up. Oh, I could use some chips. Oh, I need coffee. And then your cart's full. You check out. Now I've got a whole bunch of shit done. So buying salt at Quick, it's cheap. It's cheaper in the long run because I'm not buying all this other stuff. Moving on. Didn't know they had some of those burbs not far away. Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised too. I'm surprised they go that close to the city. I thought you were going to have to, I thought basically like Naperville was the line, like no Casey's beyond this line of Naperville. Rich says we have racetrack and QT here. Very few Quick Trips with a K in the area. But what I miss more than anything is steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's. It's been gone for a while, but I still crave it all the time. Best breakfast sandwich from any fast food and gas station. I don't know if I ever had those. Steak, egg, and cheese bagels. I'm a breakfast burrito guy. No Casey's in Texas. I just checked. Quick Trip rewards suck. Go Casey's. Lots of food talk today with some sports mixed in. That's how we like it. Brian says I'm about 1,000 miles from a Casey's Pizza. Where are you at? Let's see. That's why it's such a fun experience. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. More fun food talk and sports mixed in, hobby stuff too. McDonald's brought back Stark and Bagels in South Florida, but I won't eat steak and bagels, but I won't eat steak or bagels from McDonald's. There you go. Guess I'm driving to South Florida. Hey, meet halfway. Meet halfway. Dorky Angler. You get your steak and cheese bagels from Brian. And Brian, you can get your Casey's Pizza from Shane. Problem solved. Now you only have to drive 500 miles, not 1,000. Zach says Uncle Rich would drive 200 miles to sniff a used Livy Dunn sock. He can make this kind of commitment for you. What's the difference between the blue and yellow bags? So one of them is, I think the yellow bag is like the full pellets. The blue bags are the like shaved. I don't know. It's the smaller. The blue bags are smaller pellets. I think I might be reversing the order, but one bag is full. Like they're actually they look like mothballs. They're kind of big. And then the other bag is smaller shavings, kind of. Let's see. If you buy bags of salt here, I'd wonder if you owned a food factory or something. Let's see. While searching, Northern Michigan. What town in Northern Michigan? Bay City, is that Northern Michigan? I should know. I worked in transportation. I had to know all this stuff. Bay City. No Casey's found. Oof. What about Detroit? How about Southern Michigan? I think we're going to be out of luck. I don't know if there's going to be a Casey's in Michigan. So it looks like the closest, depending where you're at. So the closest Casey's from Detroit is Findlay, Ohio, which is 93 miles. What's Kalamazoo? That's on the other side. So let's look up Kalamazoo, because now you're going to be Illinois. Oh, so we've got Casey's in Indiana. Oh, so there is one in Michigan. So it looks like the only Casey's in Michigan is Watervliet. So there's one like just north of New Buffalo where the card shop is. Watervliet. Elkhart, Indiana. There's a bunch in Elkhart, Indiana. Geez, there's like 5 Casey's in Elkhart, Indiana. They love their Casey's taco pizza in Elkhart. So it looks like for you, Watervliet, Michigan. Probably a long way away from you in Northern Michigan. Let's see. I thought they would have gone to DeKalb or so before I found one. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, like way out there. Mickey D's is being rumored to bring back the bagels on the menu, and looks like they've got some test locations down in South Florida testing it out. Brian, buy them just for the sake of Shane up in Iowa so we can get them back on the menu. Let's see. Rich says to Zach, it finally occurred to me what you were DMing me this morning. Sometimes I forget things as I get younger. Brian's in for a road trip. Donald says food talk. I had my Honey Nut Cheerios this morning. I don't know what I'm going to have. I'm out of breakfast burritos. Maybe just a bagel and cream cheese. Bagel and cream cheese. Dorky Angler says, yes, it's so worth the drive. Let me know what kind of pizza and how many. There you go. Pink Scott says, I have 4 Casey's within 10 miles. See, that's how it is in rural Illinois. Casey's pizza, breakfast pizza is awesome. Yes, it is. So how about the Cubs? So you came for food talk. If you don't want to hear me rant about the Cubs, hit the like button on your way out. So I was so pissed last night. The Cubs are losing, and they ended up going extras, and they ended up losing an extra inning. And I'm like, this is like typical. And I was talking when we were next door at the Not Break the Fast. I was talking to a couple guys, Cubs. I think they're going to sneak into the playoffs. I'm like, really? The thing about Cubs fans, and I can say this because Dan's like, I'm out. Good night, Dan. The thing about Cubs fans, we ride our emotions. Like right now, the Cubs are like the worst team in baseball, and there's no chance they're going to get in the playoffs, even though they still hold the second wild card spot. There's just no chance in hell it's going to happen. 3 weeks ago, they're like the best team in baseball post All-Star break, and it's like, we can win the World Series. That's Cubs fans. Ride the highs, ride the lows. And usually I'm pretty even keeled. when it comes to it's like, take a step back, take a breath, and look at the situation. And I was getting caught up in my emotions this weekend because I so badly want the Cubs to like beat the frickin' Brewers. I want that division. And that's out of the Brewers keep winning, Cubs keep losing. So I think it's going to be might even be I think it's still mathematically possible. The Cubs and Brewers play 3 games at the end of the season. There's still how many games left? 3, 6, 9, 12. I think there's 13 games left. Cubs are like 6 games out. And they do play the Brewers head to head for 3. So it's not mathematically impossible yet. But they keep losing, and they're losing ground. They're playing the Diamondbacks, who are gaining ground for that second wildcard spot. Cubs still hold the second wildcard spot, and I'm like super frustrated. And I start to think, you know what? This is exactly who I thought they would be. The Chicago Cubs, they're not this bad. They're not, they lost 2 out of 3 to the third worst team in baseball, the Colorado Rockies. Now they're losing every game to the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks just have their number. But they're also not the team that we saw in July and August, that was world beaters and that was just on top of the world, on pace to win 100 and some games. My predictions at the beginning of the year, and it's almost like if things play out the way they play out, it's like down to like every word I stated in my bold prediction. Cubs win 84 games, which will be enough this year to sneak into the second wild card spot. And it's like, damn, this is like exactly how it's playing out, because at one point the Cubs were on pace to win, I think, 88 games. I think that was their peak. After going on that big run after the All-Star break. So let's see, 523 winning percentage. 523 times 162. They're on pace to win 84.7 games right now. And they hold the second wildcard spot. And they're clinging to it. Talk about sneaking in. So if they maintain this pace, they could sneak in. Loss of Wilson Contreras will be addition by subtraction. We learned that very early on. And then Justin Steele will be in the top 3 for the National League Cy Young. He was arguably the favorite starting the week. Blake Snell had a great game, and Justin Steele had a shitty game. So, I think now you say Blake Snell is the favorite. Justin Steele's still probably right there, number 2, favorite to win the Cy Young. But this is the Cubs. This is the Cubs. They're going to sneak into a playoff spot, but they're not good enough to win a playoff series. They're probably not even good enough to win a playoff game. So I think sometimes, even myself, I need to take a deep breath and be like, the Cubs are still on pace to win almost 85 games. When I put that tweet out, 84 wins, people are like, oh, they'll be lucky to win 75. And I think even like Pacoda had the Cubs winning 77. So they've outperformed what most people thought they would play like. But you get a little greedy. And when you start winning games, you start thinking, oh, this team, they keep winning these games. They're this good. But in reality, there's a reason why teams regress to the mean, and there's 162 games in a season. It plays out over time. So we'll see. Cubs have a very important game today against the Diamondbacks. If the Cubs lose, they fall out of that second wild card spot. And depending on how the other teams, because I think they might even fall out of the third wild card spot with a loss today. They've got a day off tomorrow. And then they come home to Wrigley Field, and they've got 2 series with underperforming teams, not good teams. Cubs are at home. Hopefully you win those games. But again, it's baseball. It's a funny game. Pirates and Rockies come to Wrigley this week. And then you've got 2 road series against 2 division leaders and arguably the best team in baseball, at least in the National League, the Atlanta Braves, 3 down in Georgia. And then you finish off the year with three games in Milwaukee. It's going to be tough. So it's going to be fun. The Cubs win. It's going to suck if the Cubs keep losing. So there you go. So hopefully the Bears play at noon today. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield. Bears play today, and hopefully can get a win, because they looked like absolute shit against the Packers last Sunday. Dave says McDonald's has always had bagels at that location in Wheeling. Interesting. Tip of the Mitt says, right on, I'm in Alpena, 100 miles from the Mackinac Bridge. So I wonder if Alpena, which one is closer? Because you might, I don't know where Alpena is. No Casey's found. Bummer. So you got to drive all the way down to the Water-Leavitt area. Happy Sunday, Dan. Dan launched a 50% off sale, no minimum order size in my store, and had 2 orders overnight, 180 Griffies and 40 late 50s singles. Hell yeah. See, 50% is, that's like, you do 10%, nobody's going to, 20%. Even, I do 25% on a regular basis, and like I'll have people buy 7 or more cards, I'll have people buy 5 cards. It's like, you can get 2 more cards and save 25%, but it's just not, once you do 50%, that's when, that makes a difference. 50%, easy number. Where is Wheeling? Wheeling is in the Chicago suburbs. Wheeling, where is Wheeling? Is that Naperville area? I think it's around Naperville. Wheeling is Wheeling. So it's around Buffalo Grove, Arlington Heights, northeast of Palatine, northeast of Arlington Heights, south of Buffalo Grove. That's where Wheeling is. Oh, wait, isn't Wheeling's where we stay at the Wheeling's where we stay. It's north of Des Plaines. So it's like due north of Rosemont, Des Plaines. I think it's technically where we stay. Is this Milwaukee? Yeah. Okay. Yep. There you go. So that's where it's at. Let's see. Hall of Fame card collector. Good morning. Haven't had anyone take advantage of my 50% off sale yet. What should I do? I don't know. Advertise. Tweet it out. Have you sent the coupon? Have you sent it out to your previous buyers? I think that's probably the main thing to do. Let's see. It's only a few hours. Wheeling is where we stay all the time. Dork. Yes. I realized that once I started looking, I'm like, Wheeling. Why I know where Wheeling's at, but I'm looking at the map and it does because it's way, looking at the map, it doesn't look like it's close to anything. It looks really far. When you look at the map, it looks really far from Rosemont. Which I guess it is, because Wheeling itself, we stay on the very south. The hotel we're staying at the National is way south of actual Wheeling. And I remember that because we went into Wheeling for Giordano's. And it's like, Jesus, this took forever. Because I think the Giordano's in Des Plaines would have been closer to our hotel. Red Light 34 wants to know what's a Hall of Fame card collector. Drop your eBay name. Drop that eBay name. Boom, boom. So again, shop my bargain boxes. Come on up to Rockford Loves Park Indoor Sports Center next weekend. I'll have all new bargain boxes. I'll have some blowout boxes for $50. I'll have some supplies, some good stuff. See me in Loves Park next weekend, Saturday, Sunday for the Midwest premiere. What else we got going on? We've got my eBay store sale, 99centcards.com. Link also in the description. Coupon code SEPT50 sale. That runs through today into tomorrow morning. So 50% off 5 or more cards using that coupon code SEPT50 sale. So check that out. Some great deals to be had within my eBay store. My next Madison card show is Saturday, September 30th. Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive, 125 dealer tables. Took a few more yesterday. I need to cut off new dealers because I need to follow up with some of my regulars to make sure I'm not overselling this show. So September 30th, 2 weeks away from the next Madison card show. And let's shill one more thing. 500 free scans. Go to cardealerpro.com. That's how I list in volume. cardealerpro.com. Use promo code CUBS, CUBS. Upon any paid subscription, any tier of subscription at Car Dealer Pro, you'll get 500 free scans when you use that promo code CUBS, CUBS. So check it out, cardealerpro.com. By the way, Car Dealer Pro and myself, part of the latest episode of The Card Life, which is airing nationwide on Bally Sports Networks. Check your local listings. Ooh, I've never said that before. Check your local listings to find when The Card Life airs in your neck of the woods. So my buddy Alex flew in from the Car Dealer Pro team. We filmed over in Milwaukee with Matt Stram. And then also we came and they filmed with me here in this room. So that is now airing on Bally Sports Networks. Check that out. Where we at? Lance says, I'm in Kewanee camping at Johnson Sauk Trail Park near your old neck of the woods. I like the new house setup. Looks great. Thank you very much. There's a Casey's just a few miles away from Johnson Sauk Trail Park right there in Kewanee. Very cool. Enjoy your stay. Donald says, I've been doing 3 or more and get 25% off. D. Davis Sports Cards more. There you go. Check out his store. All right. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. We will be back live again tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central. Hopefully, we'll be celebrating a Chicago Bears win. So have a great day. Enjoy your football Sunday. Like and subscribe on your way out, and we'll talk tomorrow.